it's Caroline here. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am again working with the April Best of Both Worlds kit, and I have one more of these backgrounds that I have already put together following along with Chamel as I did in April. So I created this background in April. I went with it. I pretty much copied exactly the layout or kind of makeup of the background that Chamel had. I had to swap in a different pattern paper here because I was unable to get the plaid that Chamel recommended, and I also have a slightly different green in the background. Being my normal self, this is a doodlebug polka dot in the background. I hope you might not be able to see, but there is a dot on there. Being my normal self, I didn't want to keep that whole background and just lose so much of it, so I've washi taped all of these papers together and gutted that green paper, so I've added that back into my stash. There was a border strip joining these two papers, which I've put there, and I have my kit box here. I've been keeping all of the bits, and I'm really pleased that I did. I actually kept this piece that I cut off there when I created the page, the background. I've just put it back into the kit box because I've decided, because this is very busy. It's a lot busier than my normal style. I would never put this background together. So I really wanted to challenge myself to do exactly that. And I'm going to be working with two really muted toned photos, which I think work actually really well. So I'm going to kind of orientate those over here, because when let me just move this box out of the way. When I put them here, I have to overlap them a little bit, and I lose all of that that background pattern, which I don't want to do. So what I want to do is not overlap them, keep them 6x4 and together, but move them over to the left so that they're pretty much central to the page. I still get all of this pattern, which I want because it is such a busy background, but then this feels like it's going to fall off. So what I'm going to do is just put that on the top. There will be a little join, but nobody will really see it, and I might stick a embellishment on there, and then all of a sudden that feels much better for my eye. It doesn't feel like that photo is going to fall off on the left. So I'm just going to get a mat on behind these photos. I might actually use that green again, and then just have fun. So I'm going to put things onto voiceover and fast forward, put this one together. My last layout using one of these backgrounds came together ridiculously quickly. I think the video in total was about 6 minutes long, so we will see how this one goes. And yeah, let's just see where we go. I'm not sure yet where I am going to put the journaling. There's lots and lots of journaling cards left in this kit box. Hello Saffron, that's my cat. So hello. I may use some scrap of paper down here. I could potentially write onto a lot of this. I think my cat is possibly going to jump up onto the desk in a moment. So I'm definitely going to get things onto fast forward so that I can cut out any surprise kitty visits. So let's see how this one comes together when I put it together. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is ink the edges of the background paper that's already put together. The ink I'm using is a really, really ancient distress ink in black. It doesn't give a lot of colour at all to these edges. The reason I'm doing it is because I still desperately need to buy some new trimmer blades, and I'm finding that my trimmer is starting to tear the papers a little bit, and when I looked at this I noticed there were a few tears on these papers that I probably hadn't noticed originally. So just going back in, inking them, and I will also ink the edges of my photo mat, which I'm just putting down now. This is the B side of the polka dot background, so exactly the same tones of green, but just a slightly different pattern, so it just helps to make things look a little bit different. Trimming them down so there's just not much of a mat at all, and then again just inking those edges. And I must buy my cutter blade, so note to self, buy some cutter blades. Putting this down so it's just slightly off-centered, orientated to the left, and then I will go back in a moment with that strip of border strip that I'd already punched and cut, just to create that extension. I can't see the join at all, so I'm really pleased that I've managed to keep that, and I'm not even going to put anything over it. You just, when I look at the layout as it's sat here next to me, I can't see the join even though I know it's there, so really pleased that I kept that little strip. Looking here at the cut apart sheets that I already have, I know I'm going to use some of these label stickers because I am just, sorry, not label stickers, label die cuts from that 12 by 12 sheet. I've still got, 3/4 I think of the sheet left. I just basically cut one strip of the labels out. So and this is what I've got left from that one strip. So I've got loads and loads and loads of those. I might end up using the B-side for a photo mat or for a layout at some point further down the line, so that I don't have masses and masses of layouts in my album with these, but they're really versatile for writing on or for using just for layering. So I'm definitely going to use those in 3 areas on the layout: the top left, bottom right, bottom right and bottom left. I will use them to write on in a couple of those areas, and also just as a basis for my embellishment clusters. And then I'm pulling in this, what is meant to be a journal card from the flea market collection from Simple Stories. And I'm just going to tuck it in as a paper layer and a little bit of colour up on the top left, and also a nice sentiment piece. So layering up now these labels, just seeing where they're going to go, and I am going to cut them down in a little while. Anything that's going to be completely hidden underneath my paper layers that are already on the page, I will just cut off so that I can reuse them elsewhere. I've decided at this point that I'm going to bring in those half rainbows from that previous layout in the top left and the bottom left, and so that's why I'm just tucking that top label underneath the best day layer, so that it really gives that impression of a whole rainbow hidden behind that paper layer when I know it isn't. I'm deciding to stagger these labels over on the right hand side so that one is on top of the photo. The colour of that label matches the coat that I'm wearing really well, and also I like that kind of, I think it's a bee, but a bee with flowers in the wings, so I like that little icon there and I wanted that to show. And just using these offcuts here to extend my areas for embellishment. And in a moment, what I will be doing is moving on to my title. Now on the original sketch that Shamel created for this layout, she had the title running vertically up on the left hand side. So almost rotating this 90 degrees right and then putting the title there. Because I've used that as an embellishment area, I'm not going to do that. I've already planned to put my title onto that really colourful plaid on the bottom part of the page, and because there's a lot of white up at the top right of the page with that rainbow print, I have decided to bring in some white stickers rather than use the ones that were in the kit. I think I purchased pink and minty green stickers letter stickers. So rather than using those colours, I've decided to bring in white, which I'm really pleased that I did, because the title stands out really well. I did have to really butcher some of the alphas that were there to create the word tree, because I'd already planned that I wanted this to be my title, and then I looked at it and I just miscounted the amount of letter E's that I had, but it looks fine. And so now what I'm doing is going back into that flea market sticker book, pulling in some word phrase stickers, because they are some of my favourite things to use on absolutely everything. So pulling those out and putting one in each of the embellishment clusters, and then I will actually go in and add a second one over with where my journaling is going to go, just because there was some space there. I didn't have that much to write. As it turns out, as I was writing, I really wish I had got a little bit more space, but I could have actually moved things around and dissected it and added in another label sticker, but it's absolutely fine. I've actually told a similar story to this using somewhat similar photos before, so but just in a different album. So this will be fine for my 12 by 12 album for this year. Looking around, seeing if there's anything else that I wanted to add. I had planned to add in a lot more into these embellishment clusters, but it just doesn't need it. I think because the background is so busy and is so colourful and has 3 different types of pattern, plus the polka dot that sits as the frame, plus the diagonal stripe in the photo mat, it didn't need any more. It's already very busy, but very colourful. It works well with these muted, natural toned photos. I think if I hadn't had these, I probably would have added in black and white photos so that the colours would have shone. But as it is, this is really good and a really good use of this background, that when I was looking through these pre-made backgrounds earlier on, I kind of panicked and thought, I don't know how I'm going to use that. So I did use it, and I'm really pleased with the layout that I've got in the end. So that's absolutely brilliant, and it just shows sometimes it's worth challenging yourself. And here we have the finished layout. I've added my journaling over here and some enamel dots, and really happy with how this one has come together. I'm happy that I did use those half rainbows that I'd fussy cut out from my previous project. And I'm really loving working with this kit. It was belated, but it is just perfect for me at this time. So really loving all the bright colours, and really excited to get stuck in and start creating layouts afresh without now that I've used up these backgrounds that I had created in April. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't already, please do subscribe. I would love to have you here, and I will see you again very soon with another layout using the April Best of Both Worlds kit. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Take care now. Bye.